Well, it's Christmas 2013 and I, as station manager of Radio Warwickshire, have been asked to write and to read out my Christmas speech. So I've decided to start with completely ad-libbing. So I've got a bit of framework and structure, so we'll see how it goes, shall we? So, as I said, station manager Liane Kate here, aka Queen's Speech for 2013. And when I was asked to do this, I thought, should I be serious? Do I listen to the Queen's Speech over the several years and do something in a similar sort of vein? Put on a very posh voice, of course, and try and shoo away those corgis as I'm recording the piece? Or do I just get as mad as a box of frogs station manager that I've always been of Radio Warwickshire and do it my own way? Well, as predictable as snow, just after you bought a 3 Series BMW on a house with a very, very big steep drive, I'm going to do it in the way that only the rumblings of a red-headed station manager of Radio Warwickshire should. I've got a reasonable amount to say. I hope you can stay tuned for most of it. I'm going to look at first what's been happening in the world this year. Maybe I might bring that back down to local. I'm going to finish off with a bit of Radio Warwickshire hopes and dreams and also what we've achieved this year. And then I'll conclude, of course, with the science bit, which is basically thanking everybody that's helped us to get to where we are today. So firstly, on the international and national news for this year. Well, the world has stayed the same shape and grown in size. That's people, that is. There's been upsets, triumphs, of course, tons of technological, social, political and environmental highs and lows. Hey, they never call me the international correspondent with my finger very firmly on the pulse for nothing. Anyway, that's the international and national stuff. Although we have reached internationally this year, we're all about being live and local. So Warwickshire, this is my walk through Warwickshire. I'm sure everybody listening has had your own walk through Warwickshire and your own highs and lows, and please make sure you share them with us. But we've seen our very first Warwickshire Pride in Leamington. This year's Godiva Festival had the most amazing music, weather and the biggest footfall in history. We, of course, were there promoting it, blogging, photographs, tweeting, all of that. We weren't on stage. Backstage, we interviewed the Fallows. We also interviewed the 64s, several other bands. And at one point, me and one of my presenters found ourselves in the kids' tent, hiding out, and then bumped into one of our photographers who was also hiding out in the kids' tent. So there's a bit of a scoop for you. We've had Warwick Warwick Rocks. They've had many successful events this year, including festivals and 2 food and film festivals, one of which we went to this weekend. Kenilworth has seen the Lion Show, the Kenilworth Festival, of course, and have seen the development of their own homegrown girl band, Bell Harmony. Coventry has been awash with music, and with the move of the Classic Car Show to Stony this year, it was the most successful in history. Again, our team were there. It was me and Eddie from the team, and we basically watched all the cars leave. We interviewed most of them, got in the way, and probably bugged most of the people organising it, but we've got some really good sound bites there. Birmingham, it's seen the opening of the architecturally splendid library with festivals and community events aplenty. It's been a real synergy of arts and culture this year, and I want to tell you later a bit about some of the links that we've had with Birmingham, which have been pretty awesome. So, to round up, Warwickshire has been a feast fit for consumption, and our team of roving reporters have been raced off their feet following and helping to promote all of the events of 2013. My wish for 2014 is to keep it coming, with a big call out for all listeners who want to be part of the team to come on board next year and help us share the stories to the listeners at Radio Warwickshire. Now, the radio station itself. The links this year have been amazing. We've moved our studios into the Lamp at Leamington. We've forged links with Casbah Coventry, the Assembly Leamington, Birmingham Philharmonic and Symphony Halls, Warwick Castle and Warwick Arts, just to name but a few. We've also conducted interviews nationally, internationally, and of course locally. I have a funny story about one interview that I remember typing the dialing code, the international dialing code that is, into my phone. And I was out of Martin DW over in Warwick, our Warwick reporter. And he said, "You do realise, Liane, that you're calling America?" And I was like, I think my bill's going to be slightly high this year, or this month, or maybe even this week. And it was, strangely enough. We've interviewed bands and artists famous worldwide, and we've also been proud to be the main reporter on location at this year's Warwick Castle Proms. We've also reported at this year's Leamington Comedy Festival and run competitions and prizes for the Kings of Leon, Warwick Arts music events and the London Hyde Park Festival, where the Beach Boys were playing, which was completely awesome. We've also ran shows live from Europe. We've had the success of many live pre-recorded radio shows, including the Emma and Chez's show, the Eddie the King Breakfast show on Sundays and Thursdays, of course, Tamsin Rosewell's folk show, and the Musical Journeys show with Clay Lowe. That is just to name but a few. We've had many new members join us this year. We've got lots of schools and colleges involved as well, and local press supporters. So this is it. Hopes for the future. Well, it goes without question. It would be for a bit more of what we've had in the way of networking, reach, new members, and an opportunity to grow, gain more funding and financial support in the way of sponsorship, advertising, and to aid the growth and development of Radio Warwickshire. So here we go, here's the science bit, or the bit that thanks the people and organisations that have linked with Radio Warwickshire over the last 12 months. So here we go. A big thanks to all the presenters, bloggers, community projects, campaigners, Warwick District and County Councils and the communities in Warwickshire, including Stratford, Leamington, Warwick, Kenilworth, Coventry, Birmingham and all the surrounding villages and towns. I hope I've mentioned everyone, and if not, elect me again next year and I'll make sure I give you a personal special mention. So here it is, a warm, fuzzy, rather merry Christmas to all who read, listen, follow, like, hide from, of course, and continue to follow the Warwickshire Bear, that is Radio Warwickshire. So signing out, your dedicated, slightly batty and completely up for the challenge, Liane Kate, Station Manager of Radio Warwickshire.